Just a few days ago, I was evangelized. I was evangelized by a young Muslim fellow whom I met on the street. I was coming back from the gym. I wasn't dressed as a priest. And I saw this guy across the street who was flailing his arms and stuff, clearly in distress. The guy was high on drugs and tripping out. He looked like he was going to cause harm to himself or someone else. Usually I walk past, like the priest in the story of the Good Samaritan. But this day, I decided to walk over and ask him how he was doing. And actually, he said, "I'm not doing so well." I said, "Can I help you with anything?" He said, "I could use some water. Last time I was like this, I needed water." I said, "Okay, I'll go buy you some water." So I came back, gave him some water, and by the time I got back to him, he was sitting down on the ground and he was weeping. He said, "I've got no one to talk to. I've got no one to talk to. I'm just a junkie. I'm just a junkie." I said, "No, you're not just a junkie. You're just a man, but right now take a drink of water. That's what you need." So he took a drink of water, and then he just kept pouring out his story. He said, the devil's trying to get me. I can't get away." I said, "Oh, the devil? What do you mean by that? I'm a Christian, so I have my ideas about the devil. What are your ideas? Are you a Christian?" And he looked at me and said, "No, you're going to hate me." I said, "No, I won't hate you." He said, I was born and raised a Muslim." I said, "Oh, I don't hate you." And then he started to share with me his faith. He said, back in the time of Abraham was the father of our religions. God sent his word. The world was going crazy. God sent his word. And through Abraham gave this word that led us back on a straight path. Then Abraham died and we forgot. Then God sent Moses. Moses was the same guy. He was a little confused. He said, God used Moses and gave us the 10 Commandments. And everything was going crooked, but he led us back on a straight path. And then God sent other prophets. And then God sent Jesus. He was the same guy, so he was a little confused about who Jesus really is, but not confused that as crooked as the paths are, God continued sending his word to call us back to a straight path. And as he went on, he remembered the story that he learned as a young kid, but now he's caught in the mess of his life. And I said, "Look at the story you just told me." He said, "No matter how crooked things become, God keeps coming back and giving us a way forward." I said, "That's the story of your life right now. Today what you need is just a drink of water. Take a drink of water. Take the next step." And then as he was walking away, I said, "I'll pray for you." And he looked back and he said, "No, don't do that. I don't deserve it." And he kept walking away with the bottle of water I got for him. A little heart-rending. Of course you deserve it. No matter how broken, no matter how crooked, no matter how confused or fragmented our path is, God never stops calling us back. How often shall I forgive? Well, does God ever stop calling us back, no matter how crooked our paths are? As we come to the Eucharist today with such great need to recall the stories that we've learned, to recall God's faithfulness, may we allow the Lord to call us back to the path that he desires for us, because God's will for us and God's love will never change.